Hello Flosstube, my name is Amy Michelle. This is my channel Amy M Makes, mostly about cross stitch usually, but today I have actually a good amount of knitting and crochet to share with you as well, but I'll put that at the end like I always do. So if that's not your thing, no worries. I'm just thrilled to have you here for whatever part of the video you find interesting. I guess I want to start with a thank you for all of you. We're starting off great. Thank you for watching. Sorry I didn't post in December a second time. I had planned to, but we just got really busy with the holidays and seeing family, and had people coming from out of town, and it was a good holiday season. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season as well. I hope that your new year is off to a great start with lots of cozy crafting, whatever floats your boat. I hope that you're enjoying what you're doing. We had a pretty quiet New Year's, which is great. I made Springerle cookies, which is a traditional German cookie if you're not familiar with them. My family loves them. They're like a big undertaking. It takes a couple of days to make them. They have to rest overnight. And so I thought, you know, maybe I'm going to start that as a New Year's tradition, is starting it on New Year's Eve, finishing them on New Year's Day. So that's how I spent my New Year's, and it was great. And then I actually started a new start that I got as a gift from my husband for Christmas that I'll show you in the video. But yeah, it was a nice quiet New Year's after a busy Christmas time. So with that, we'll go ahead and start with cross stitch. I've got a handful of things to share with you today, and if you have any questions on anything, please let me know in the comments below. As always, I'm thrilled to answer them and to connect with you there. So the first thing I want to share with you is a new pattern. It is Better Together. This one was kind of a doozy for me. I don't know why. I had to redo it and do it and redo it, and as I was stitching it, I redid it a number of times. I liked it. I enjoyed stitching it. It's not perfect, but I think it's cute. It was fun to stitch and to come up with. Sorry, I got like fuzz or cat hair. Probably cat hair everywhere. Anyway, it's called Better Together. I finished it on some matte board. I will put the link for the Amazon matte board that I get. It's probably not from Amazon. I don't know I found it on Amazon. I really enjoy using it. It's pretty affordable. So I put the stitch on matte board and then some fabric on matte board with trim from Purple Paper Mountain. Excuse me. Purple Paper Mountain on Etsy. And then this lace I got from Hobby Lobby, and I've put it on a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cheap. I think it's just a couple bucks. Both trims are very cheap. The fabric was one that I had left over. And then I did another board on the back. I just did a soft pink fabric that I had for another stitch. So it's two matte boards back to back. I don't know if you can tell, and then sandwiched the lace in between. Oh, sorry for the crinkles. That was a loud paper. The stitch count on this is 101 wide by 73 high. I started this on November 21st and I finished it on December 7th. The finished size is approximately 6 1/4 inch wide by 4 1/2 inch high. I stitched it on 16 count parchment Aida. Is that right? 16 count parchment Aida. You can stitch it on any count, obviously, but I just had some leftover parchment. I forget what else I stitched on this. Oh, the Merry Christmas. I stitched a Merry Christmas piece that I had purchased the pattern on Etsy, and I had this left over, so I went ahead and used it. It will be on my Etsy and my Gumroad as always. The links for those are in the description box below. I will put a coupon code so that you can get this free until Friday, January 10th. I think that's right, January 10th, Friday. You can get it for free. I don't know, I don't have the code set up yet, but by the time this video goes up, it will be in the description box below. I will have a code so that you can get it for free on Gumroad. Unfortunately, I can't do a coupon code for free on Etsy, but it's there so that whichever place you prefer, you can go ahead and grab it if you're interested. If you do, let me know. Thank you to those of you who have been stitching my other patterns. It has been so fun and so exciting to see your beautiful work. Loving your fabric choices, and your stitching is gorgeous, and it's just been so fun to see. So thank you. I'm truly honored. It's a blessing and just a joy to get to see you stitching things that that came out of my head. And I had fun stitching them and designing them, and I really hope that you have fun doing so as well. So that is it for the new pattern. Oh, and I just bought at Hobby Lobby, I bought one of these little stands. It was $3.79. And I just put it in there like that. And I will put a picture. This is how I have it displayed, like in our living room area. So this is what it looks like with some other decor, I guess, but that's it. And I thought I will be able to use this for other flat finishes in the future, and it was a very cheap option. I struggled I struggled to figure out how to stitch this, how to fully finish this. I loved the colors. I like the sort of muted dusty tones, and it was really fun to do, but for some reason this one was yeah, and I couldn't figure out how to finish it. And so eventually I just thought, you know, I saw these and I thought, we'll just make it really simple and I'll just do a flat finish because I had the mat board at home. That way it's also super cheap. You guys know me, I'm all about saving money when and where I can, and so this one was no different, and in the end I'm happy with it. I really am pleased with how it all turned out. Hope you like it as well. And then we will move into, I have a couple other finishes to share with you. So the next finish is the Tarte Tin Snowflakes that are by Stony Creek. I've showed this in the last few of my floss tubes. This is the pattern. And I will put a picture here. I gave 3 of them as gifts, and so I'll put a picture here of what they look like before I gifted them, but I kept one for us. So that's the rest of them, and then this is what they look like. I thought this was really fun to do. I just used the Tarte tins from Fat Quarter Shop. I got this ribbon from Walmart. I think it was less than $2. And some twine. I think I got it at Michael's. A couple dollars for a lot of it. It came with the twine already to hang as an ornament. I used Classic Colorworks Snowball. Is that right? Yeah, Snowball, but you could just use DMC a white because you couldn't really tell the difference anyway. And then I used Mill Hill Pewter beads. for the beads, and I'm happy with how they turned out. It was my first time doing a round finish, and so that was fun to learn and try something new. So those are the tartan snowflakes. And then the other finish is not a fully finish, it's just a finish, is another design that I've been working on. I think I'm gonna call it Western Welcome. Sorry for the wrinkles. Again, if you've been here, you know I don't iron until I fully finish it, because I don't love ironing. But that is my finish. This is stitched on 14 count vintage smoky white Aida. This stitch count is 95 wide by 49 high, so it's a little guy. It's about 7 inches wide by 3.5 inches high. And this one, I think I will probably have ready for you guys if you want it next Flosstube, the next one that I do. I didn't have a chance to fully finish it or to get the pattern PDF ready, but by the next Flosstube, I should have that ready for you guys if you're interested in that one. So those are my only other finishes, and with that, we'll move into works in progress. Work in progress number 1, you've seen before. It is Polar Bear Wishes from Just Cross Stitch, the 2024 special holiday issue. It's this one right here, Polar Bear Wishes from, I'm looking at my notes. Can't read that far, sorry. From Century Farm Stitching. It's from Century Farm Stitching. And I changed the colors of the scarf. I'm doing pinks. I have a light pink that I'm going to go in and kind of finish the stripes. And it's a lot of white stitching, but that's okay. It's good for when I need something that I don't really need to think about. It's handy. And I'm stitching this on 14 count toast. I had leftover from Berry Christmas. I had some toast left over, and Berry Christmas is still available for free if you want it, but it's on my Gumroad. And trying to think if there's anything else to share. I don't have any Christmas needle minders, so he gets a B. Polar Bear gets a B. I think that's all there is about this one. The stitch count is pretty low as well. It is, what is it? 60 high by 48 wide. So a little one, but it's a lot of white stitching. So, but I will probably keep working on this one. I'm not super motivated to work on it, but it'll be fun for winter. I could use your help. So it says Merry Christmas right on here. Merry Christmas. I have the idea to change it to say something that will last through winter, and I think once I figure out what I want it to say, I'll be much more motivated to work on it and finish it up so that I can display it for the rest of winter. So my question is, what would you say? I thought about like warm winter wishes, but I don't know if there's enough space. Tried all that. There's another couple rows. How many more rows do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4 more rows to go down here. So I'll have a little bit more space than I have right now. But yeah, I don't know what to say that would be cute. So if you have recommendations, please put them in the comments below. I would love to get your input and maybe pick something that one of you says that I should write on here instead of Merry Christmas. So let me know, what do you think I should write on there? That would be super helpful. And then the next work in progress I have is Santa's Friends by Teresa Kogut, and I will put the picture here because I got the digital pattern. I actually got this one from the Jingle Ball, which this is my first year going to the Jingle Ball, and it was fun. I had a good time. I didn't do any of the like stitching tables, had to think of what they were called, but I really enjoyed the entertainment. I really enjoyed the meet and greets with the designers. I thought that was really cool, and just had fun shopping. I only bought one pattern, and it's this, I think it's called Santa's Friends. I think it's called Santa's Friends, and I just thought it was super cute. So I had a piece of 28 count, I think it's wheat. Is that right? One second, there's gonna be a zipper. I gotta look at the, yes, 28 count wheat Lugana. And this is what I have. Oh, you don't need to see the sticker from my foam board. This is what I have of that stitch. I'll tuck that back there. I had this already in stash, and I picked colors that I thought looked pretty close. I didn't have, I maybe had like one or two, but that's what the color palette will be, I guess. I tried to pick colors that were kind of close and that were ones that I had in my stash for this, because I thought it'd be really fun to go ahead and do a new start at the Jingle Ball. So I got the pattern, I think Friday evening. I went shopping in the little shopping booths, rooms, whatever they're called, and kitted it up while I watched the entertainment stuff in like the main room. And then Saturday I started this. So I think it's really cute, and I will keep stitching it. I know it's kind of Christmassy, but it also feels wintry enough to me that I will have fun stitching on it for a while longer yet. And then the last work in progress that I have is from this book, which I got for Christmas for my husband. Floral Folk Art in Cross Stitch, 100 Floral Folk Art Motifs by, I think you say Dyrene Jones. Is that right? Durene. D-U-R-E-N-E Jones. So that's this book, which I was really, really excited to get. And I will put a picture here of the one that I chose to do as like a New Year's Day start. And this is my progress. And this one gets a cute bat. I love bats. It doesn't really go, but I mean, it goes in color, the color-wise. But that is the little start that I have that I've worked on New Year's Day, and then a few days after that as well. I just went and bought 16 count white Aida at Hobby Lobby for $4.99, and that's what I've got so far. I would love to know too, do you have tips? I use these just binder clips that I only use for fabric, for kind of squishing the fabric up to make it easier to hold on to. I have tried a Q-snap in the past, and we didn't get along very well. Yeah, we weren't friendly towards each other. But if you have tips, if you're a hoop stitcher, or whether you are or not, but if you happen to know for hoop stitching, do you have other tips to like scrunch the fabric in nicer ways? Let me know, because I just kind of shove it together or roll it, and it works okay. But if you have other tips, I'd love to hear. So tips for working on larger pieces of fabric with a hoop, let me know. Thank you. And these are all the colors. Here, we'll do this. They're not my normal like go-to colors, but I love them. And I think because they're not my normal go-to colors, it's been really nice to have a different, yeah, color palette going on. So it's been really fun. So those are my works in progress. I have a couple more items of haul that I will show you. I'll just show you now. Let me see. The next one is very exciting for me. My husband also got me for Christmas this DMC color card. And it's the kind with the real threads. So that is a treasure I'm excited to have. I do not have a complete set of DMC, far from it. I have this box. That's it, that's what I've got. If you see these other boxes down here, that's nail polish, it's not floss. Over years and years, I've collected quite a few nail polishes. I have a lot of fun with nail polish. And that's what that is. So that could be floss, but it's not. It's nail polish. So I don't have much stash, and for designing or choosing colors or trying to find what would be close to like what a designer calls for, things like that, I thought this was a very neat, very handy resource to have. So that, and then the other thing that I got, it's got a plastic bag, so there's going to be crinkles, but I'm keeping it in here so that if it leaks or spills, it won't be a big mess. It is the Instant Antique Spray from Fat Quarter Shop by Primitive Gatherings. So that was fun. I don't know what I'm doing. I've watched a couple of videos, handy videos, one from Fat Quarter Shop and a few other YouTube channels that have had demonstrations, I guess. Is that what you say? Tutorials of how to use Instant Antique Spray. I tried it and I didn't know what I was doing, and it just kind of like flopped, and I don't know if it's because of the fabric that I used. So I just kept squirting it, and now it's like a nice dark color. The whole thing is dark, but if you've used Instant Antique Spray, let me know tips and tricks. So I guess for cross stitching, what are the things then? What would you say on the polar bear? What wording, what greeting, what little thing would you say? Or would you do like a design? Would you put like little hearts or something? If you have any tips for larger pieces of fabric or any tips for Instant Antique Spray, I'd love to know in the comments below. I'd also love to know the things that you're enjoying stitching, what projects you're doing, if you have any new things for 2025 that you're excited about, let me know. And with that, I will shift from cross stitch to knitting and crochet. Thanks so much for watching. If you're just here for cross stitch, I really appreciate your time. And for those of you who are coming back, thank you so much. If you're new, hi, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here and that you stuck around to see what I've been doing for cross stitching. And if you're sticking around for knitting and crochet, thank you so much, and let's get to that. I forgot one other piece of haul. My friend Amy from Renewing Stitches, hi Amy, if you're watching. My friend Amy and I are gonna do the 2020 Crochet to Go 2020 Advent Calendar. So this is the pattern, and I'm so excited to be stitching with you, Amy. So excited. We are gonna do this, and I think so I've never done a whip go. I'm not really doing one now, but I kind of am. I'm not making a box or like a board or anything, but when the numbers are called each month for whip go, I will do the corresponding numbers of the Advent stitches. Like, so I think, was it 11 and 20? I think it's 11 and 20 that were called. So I'll be doing, what's 11? I think it's like the snow globe and the Christmas tree maybe. So I'm excited. I'm super excited. I just got recently some of the fabric which I'm going to do the 28 count wheat because I really enjoyed that 28 count wheat Lugana. The same one that I'm doing for the Teresa Kogut pattern that I had a little piece in stash, and so I bought some more, and then I bought the floss pack. So I need to get that kitted up this afternoon. Well, not kitted, I get it. It is kitted up. I need to put it on some floss straps and get that prepped and ready to go because I'm excited to start stitching that. So that is the other piece of haul / plans that I have for the next couple of weeks. Knitting and crochet. I've got a good amount to share with you. I've been knitting and crocheting quite a bit. The first one is Heron Sockin. I'll put a picture here. The last time you saw these, I think I had finished most of the leg of one sock, and since then I have finished both of them. They were really fun. I really enjoyed the colorwork socks and it worked pretty good. They have been shrinking a bit as I have washed them. So unfortunately they no longer fit my husband. They did fit for a while and he really enjoyed them, but the color work, you know, like tightens things up a bit. I even went up 2 needle sizes for the color work portion of the sock, and they just don't go over his heel anymore, which is a bummer. My son, who is 16, has smaller feet, so I'm hoping that maybe he can wear them if he wants them. So that's my hope. But I really liked these socks. I think they turned out great, and they were worn regularly until they couldn't be worn anymore. So that is that pair. I'm looking at my notes. I knitted them on a US 2 and a US 4 needle. That's a 2 is a 2.75 millimeter and the 4 is a 3.5 millimeter needle. And I used Cascade Yarns Heritage for like the cream color, and Unicorn Solid by Hobby or Hobie. It's the first time knitting with that yarn and it was wonderful. Highly recommend the Unicorn yarn by Hobie. I think that's how you say that brand. I really enjoyed it. It was very soft, not overly, like it's not wearing poorly because it's so soft. It's wearing well. It really is just the color work portion that shrunk up a bit, you know, because I put mine in the wash, and I've put all of my socks in the wash. I don't put them in the dryer. I hang them, or like I fold them over a hanger to dry. But yeah, even just in the wash, they slowly got smaller, which is a bummer. But anyway, that's that pair of socks. Hopefully they'll get new life with my son. The next finished object that I have is the Layla Swancho, the Layla hooded Swancho. I'll put a picture of the pattern here. And this was my first crochet garment. I've knit I've crocheted one shawl before, but it was a very basic triangle shawl. Not too complicated. It didn't have to fit, you know. And this one was a good next step. So this is the Swancho. It's called a Swancho, I think, because it's a poncho with sleeves. So you do like a poncho, a hooded poncho, and then you connect them here, and then you crochet for a bit, and then it calls for front post and back post crochet stitches, which I can do, but I don't like doing them, and I have yet to have them come out looking nice. I'm not there yet. Maybe I'll get there. But so I did a knit to purl to. I just picked up these stitches and then did knit to purl to for the rest of the sleeve. I'll put a picture of me wearing it here. I'll do the front and the back. And it's cozy. I really like it. I think I had it in mind when I just randomly wanted to make a poncho. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be really fun to crochet a poncho. And it was really fun to crochet a poncho. It was a learning curve for sure, but a good one. I really enjoyed the process. The pattern was great, highly recommend. Lots of photos, clear explanations, but there was still a few like, now what am I supposed to do next moments? And then looking at the pictures, reading the directions, and giving it a go, like was able to figure it out. So you start with the hood, and then the hood transitions into working the poncho, and then the sleeves. I decided to do stripes. I just thought it'd be fun. So I did, I picked some colors at Michael's and did stripes. And then the V was a little bit more open, like deeper of a V than I wanted. So I thought it'd be cute. I knit an I-cord and I laced it through the poncho, and I like that look. It closes it up a little bit better, and I'm happy with it. Let's see, what yarns did I use for this one? One second, I'm looking at my notes. I'm actually on my Ravelry. All this stuff is on my Ravelry, so if you're curious, you can see my Ravelry, Amy M Makes on Ravelry. I used Loops and Threads Impeccable. It's an acrylic yarn, which, you know, some people don't like acrylic, and that's totally fine. Everybody has their own preferences, and it's one of the great things about this hobby, right, is you get to use what you like, and you don't have to use what you don't like. But I really liked this acrylic. It was really nice. It softened up really well in the wash. I like I'm talking fast, aren't I? I like acrylic for certain things. Also love wool, love mohair, love cotton, linen's pretty good. So I am an equal opportunity fiber person. But yes, I feel like every episode I have one of these like face smack moments. This is it for this one. Loops and Threads Impeccable in the colors Putty, Barley, and Camo Tweed. I don't know which is which. I know the Camo Tweed is the green one. I think this one is Putty and this one is Barley. I think that's right. But yeah, just Michael's. It's soft. Did I ever even finish saying? I might not have. Sorry, I'm having spacey moments. It softened up really, really nice in the wash and the dryer. I put them in the washer and I put them in the dryer. I do low temps. But that's one thing that I love about acrylic. So, and goodness gracious, I'm all over the map, aren't I? I think I was gonna say I envisioned crocheting this one for fire pits. We have a little fire pit that we like using outside in the back of our backyard, and I just thought in the fall and the spring especially, this would be so cozy to wear roasting marshmallows. So that is the Layla Swan Show. Let me toss that on the bed. What else? I finished a pair of mittens. These are the Mittens Tattoo Careta, I think. Tattoo Careta, I think that's how you say that. Who is that one by? Oh, the Layla Hooded Swan Show is by Denny Sharp. DeniSharpe. And then the mittens are TATUCARRETA, but unfortunately, I'm big on spelling. I like spelling. The pattern I just saw is no longer available, so that's a bummer. They've taken it down, but I swapped the tops. I'll put a picture of the pattern here and what it looks like, and you can see I swapped the tops for a cable pattern. So those are my mittens, which it's just in time. We're just gonna get snow, I think a few inches tomorrow, and our temps are now in the high 20s or low 30s. So I thought a pair of mittens would be very appropriate and very needed. I have a pair of fingerless mitts, but I don't have a good pair of gloves, or not gloves, mittens. So these are knit with Barocco Ultra Alpaca Natural. Let me see if I can find the color for you. I had this left over from a ranunculus sweater that I knit. It is in the color Farro, F-A-R-R-O, again with the spelling. But yeah, I really like them. They fit great. They're cozy and warm. I really like this fiber. I think it's a mix of wool and alpaca. And yeah, I'm really happy to have these. So those are my finished objects for knitting and crochet. We'll move on to works in progress. Works in progress for knitting and crochet. It's a long one today, I know. Hopefully that's enjoyable for you to get to see all the different things. It's helpful for my brain to share with you all. I love sharing. Yeah, so works in progress. I have a couple pairs of socks. I usually only have one pair of socks on the go at any given point, but I really felt like doing two. I'm doing another one for my husband that shouldn't have shrinking issues. I am self-drafting. Is that what you say? I'm creating the pattern. It's just a basic sock with a couple of stripes. I am using Patton's Croy or Peyton's Croy. I've heard it both ways, but it's just a good basic sock yarn. I'm knitting these on a US 2. It's kind of my preferred knitting needle, especially for this like heavier fingering weight yarn. Oh, it's a standard heel flap and gusset. Is that standard? Is it like, yeah, I'm doing your nothing fancy, just a regular old heel flap and gusset for the heel. I'm on the foot of the first sock, so this is the first one, and I have been enjoying working on these. Trying to think if there's anything else. Nothing else. It's not fancy. It's just a straight vanilla sock. And then the other pattern I will put here, this one is the pattern that I'm following. It's called the Grow Socks. I think it is by Fiber Tales. One moment, let me find my pattern. Got all these papers with my notes, and for socks I tend to be a printed pattern person, because then they just stay in my project bag and I don't have to find any other. I can just pick it up and take it wherever I am, and I don't have to worry about having my phone or my iPad or anything to be able to access the pattern. But yes, it's by Fiber Tales, and this is what the pattern looks like. I have finished the first sock. I think these are just so cute. It doesn't look so nice because they're not blocked yet, but I think that detail is just so sweet and so pretty. The little cable detail at the top cuff of the socks. I love it. I am using Hobie Friends sock wool. What color? Let's see if I can find the color. Color 60. That's this wool. This one is not as nice as the unicorn one, the green one for the socks I made for my husband. It's fine. It's more rustic, which I don't mind for socks. Sometimes I feel like it keeps my feet a little bit warmer, but I like these. It's just a standard superwash and nylon sock. I think 75-25. So that is my sock. And then I have just a little bitty start of the second one. I think I've just finished the cuff for the second sock. So those are my 2 socks. And then you've seen this sweater a few times. It is the first sweater. Who's it by? Let's see. 1 second. Well, I'll put a picture of what it looks like on me here while I look for who it's by Lizzie Hester. So this is the last time I tried it on a couple days ago. And it has been a really, really enjoyable pattern to knit. Since that photo, I've gotten more work on the sleeve, so now I'm just down to the ribbing at the bottom of the sleeve. It's super cozy. It is Knit Picks Heatherly Sport in the color Agave. I think I'm using a US 3 and a US 6 needle, 3 and 6. It called for even smaller for the ribbing, but it looked really too dense and it hurt my hands, and so I went up to a US 3 for the ribbing 6, which is what's called for the body. I think it calls for a DK weight yarn, but this is a sport weight. However, a lot of people have said on the reviews and things like that that this knits up more like a DK weight yarn, and I find that to be true. So, but I like it very much. It's been very fun. I'm excited to have it. I don't know if the sleeves are going to be long enough. I'm not going to weave in the ends. I'm going to block it, see how they grow, because it's knit in half fisherman's rib, I think is what that's called, which I guess this is known to grow. So I'm hoping that they grow a little bit longer than what they are. But if not, I'll undo the ribbing at the cuffs and re-knit them to be a little bit longer. So we'll see how that goes. The last project that I have, one more, is my crochet scrappy granny blanket. Yes, scrappy granny blanket. I'll put a picture of my squares laid out here, which was really fun. I finished my squares. It was very exciting. I have all 120 squares done that I'm gonna do for the blanket, and I started joining last night. So I have the first row. I did the first row. I'm doing a continuous join as you go method. I will link the video that was super helpful. I mean, it's so good. So helpful to learn how to do continuous join as you go. So that I'm following that video for how to join them together. But this, you can't see. This is my start of joining them all together. The pink, I don't know. It's much more like bubblegum baby pink than I thought in the photo online. The joining yarn is Cascade Heritage. I think the color is strawberries and cream, something like that. But I like it. I mean, if you've been here, you know I like pink. But this is a little bit more, I don't know, light pink than I expected. But I really like it. It's been really fun. It's sweet and it makes me happy. So, so there you go. That's my first row of my scrappy granny blanket. And I think that is everything. Oh, the yarns for the scrappy granny are just scrappy yarns I have from all kinds of different places, different projects that I've worked on, leftovers. There was one skein that I bought that was kind of a special skein that wasn't for a project. It was actually, let's see if we can find it. This one right here. This is the only, it's the back. This is the only yarn that I hadn't knit something else from that skein before I started using it for the blanket, and I loved it, so I just used it. I got it at what is it called? It's not the Maryland Sheep and Wool, but it's at the same place. It's in Maryland. Alpaca and Fleece Festival. There it is. I got it a little over a year ago at the Alpaca Fleece Festival, something like that. And so that's been really fun. It's been fun to have all the different yarns that I've used come back into the blanket again. And yeah, it's been really exciting to see it starting to come together after years of working on all these squares. So I think that's it. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you've stuck around this long, thank you so very, very much. I know this is a long one, but I had lots to share since it's been about a month since I've last filmed. I'm not sure when I'm going to film next. I'm hoping it's in about 2 weeks. That's been my kind of go-to schedule that works. So we'll see if that works. We do have kind of a busy January, so we'll see what happens. If I'm not back in 2 weeks, I should be back at the beginning of February. I hope you all have a wonderful time crafting whatever you're working on. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again.